Sorry, guys. Okay. Last speak before you can go home. Okay. All right. Hi, everyone. People call me Hakim in case you don't know who I am. But some of you may know me as a fellow friend who makes weird jokes that only middle schoolers get. Some of you may know me as the bossy prefect, seamlessly everywhere in the school. To some others, a brother or a son, but they're not here today. To more others, a stranger, maybe like some of you here today. But today, I will be your speaker on something often overlooked and overfocused at the same time. We're talking about ambitions and desires. Don't you love my drawing? I did this for this event. I think it's so cute. Let's take this time right now to reflect on how we connect to our deeper purposes in life. I'll start with myself first. I firstly sought to deliver this speech effortlessly and without stuttering, because I do that a lot, attained the latest Instagram fame like Kylie Jenner with her 1 billion hit, and had dreamt to be in a school where there was actual air conditioning. These were the goals I had so integrated into my daily routine. Now I want to study law, travel around the world, and immerse myself in cultures of fufu, didgeridoos, and the Times Square. These are my more ambitious ambitions that fuel my desire to find purpose in my existence, my motivation to really, really just live. Now, we each have ambitions that propel personal growth, shaping our own lives and influencing the broader world. That kind of rhymed. For example, as children, we are encouraged to stand out and achieve excellence, often being praised as geniuses and prodigies. We eventually just sacrifice our mental and physical well being in pursuit of academic success, allowing grades to define our identity from an early age. I know that this is relatable to me and some IBDP students I see over here. This mindset often persists into adulthood, leading to a constant trade off between time spent working and personal fulfillment. This relentless cycle ingrains survival instincts and shapes checkboxes that drive our role in life within a society characterized by high expectations. Now, desire, a sister to ambition, becomes the essential fuel that gives us purpose and sustains us in this complex interplay of hope and despair. Now, that doesn't sound so great when put together like that, I know. But let me tell you, even though we don't really think about it that much, the importance for humans to each have a personal individual desire or ambition wasn't really always around. So let me explain to you. That is a drawing by my brother of Lucy, our bipedal ancestor. It may look quite ugly, but bear with me now. Consider Lucy, our ancient bipedal ancestor, the first to walk on our two legs. While we learn about the theory of evolution and Lucy in our biology classrooms, we often overlook her possible motivations, i.e., what made her walk. We learn the timelines, we learn her name, we have her bones, but we don't have her story. We have to then make a guess on her motivation to walk on two. Something subnormal during her time. Why did she decide to walk on her two legs when all of her other brothers or sisters are walking on all fours? And I think that it is likely due to her curiosity and desire for exploration that had propelled her to rise above her limitations. She had just wondered what it would be like to walk on all twos instead of four. She had the desire to be different from others, and her motivation to try and become bipedal became her ambition. Just maybe, maybe. In a similar way, our ambitions are born from desires that give our lives meaning. Now, to answer this dilemma even further, I will be drawing works from people who think about thinking, philosophers. Now, we have Kant reminding us that true morality and purpose came from acting according to our moral principles and recognizing the inherent worth of every individual. He also believed that we should treat others as they are and not merely for gain, material or personal. And this view just kind of invites us to reflect on our ambitions, but are they truly serving our authentic selves and well being of others, or are they just seeking external validation? Now, the other drawing right there with the cape, that's Zhuangzhou, another philosopher. He emphasized that the importance of self expression and the fluidity of identity in formulating our own goals. Now, he argued that we should seek our own path free from societal constraints. However, that is too idealistic because we have work, we have jobs, we have school. That's too hard. That's too idealistic, isn't it? So in an interconnected world where there can only be so many goals, goals that one can have, it is vital to cultivate the courage to pursue what genuinely resonates with us. But is this really possible with the constraints that we have in our world? I mean, I'm seeking an answer here. Well, no, obviously, yeah. Let me tell you why. Throughout history, ambitious figures like Alexander the Great or Genghis Khan sought to shape the world in their own ideals, though that led to world domination and very mass genocide, but we don't talk about that. But essentially, their desire for power and influence became profound, like the Abrahamic prophets spreading their teachings, and their alleged desire for wanting everybody to go to heaven out of pure kindness, of course, not because for domination as well. The adrenaline or hormonal jump that we get from our desires to even find someone on Tinder, even this fulfillment of eros, defines our desire for romance or companionship and it became from a survival instinct to a populace of nonchalantness and me being ghosted after 2 weeks of talking to a person. That's the harsh reality right now. Ultimately, we get to here, 2024 AD. Humans have walked the earth, thanks Lucy, for over 200,000 years. That sounds about right. We have our phones, technology, art, and music to formulate a dilemma we have today. Shared ambitions and desire. Are they bad? We must recognize that our desires are just sometimes influenced by societal norms. That's inevitable. The problem is, are we able to accept that by sharing the same goals or dreams with others, that we consequently dilute our authenticity? Now, many of us don't realize this, but our ambitions are often not truly our own nowadays, but shaped instead by external pressures or influences. For example, social media is an avenue of diet culture and a fashion show for the perfect bodies, forcing us to compare ourselves to others. Now, this comparison is what formulates our goal to be more fit. And with everyone thinking the same thing, it is a shared desire to be fit. I'll give you another example. It's university admission season right now. I am stressed out. Miss Heather knows that. And with 1,000 applicants writing why they want to be the next Elon Musk or Marie Curie or Elle Woods, it's no surprise that we end up having the same ambitions to be something or someone in the future. The definition of our role in this life, then, should we keep on sharing it, becomes like an infinitive, a word with no conjugation or pronoun to accompany it, no variants, no exceptions. We have no real input in it because we subconsciously want it, our parents want it, and our society needs it. It's just efficient that way if we have a factory outlet of some sort of people having the same ambition to be the next future world leaders and feed off the desire to achieve it. Should we all have profoundly different goals and what we think of our role in life is, then the room for our pilots or for our doctors and even housemakers and other sectors of the society will become vacant and dynamic. It's too consequential and too arbitrary. Nonetheless, did you see what I did there? It's a breaking of heart. It's crucial to break free from this constant cycle of worrying on whether or not you're the best of the best or thinking that your dreams aren't important just because you have the same dreams with others. Now, our true purpose lies in embracing our individuality and seeking fulfillment in what we genuinely desire. I know that each and one of you do know this deep down, but I just need to point that out in case you didn't know. This truth may just happen to coincide with the societal expectations or the doctrines you grew up with, and that is more than just fine. If you're an Asian wanting to be a doctor, your parents are going to be so proud of you. That's okay. However, change is essential for growth as well. It's the catalyst for discovering our authentic selves. Just as Lucy's evolution represented a shift in human existence, we must allow our ambitions and desires to evolve in ways that honor our true selves, fulfilling and fueling our true purpose in life, what it was meant to be for us in the first place. Now, to keep in mind, embracing changes to fulfill your true life purposes, which may be now or years or decades from now, requires courage, especially in an environment where traditional paths dominate. in many collectivist or community-centrist cultures like Vietnam itself, the pressure to conform and follow what our parents or society wants from us and follow and what our community most desperately needs makes it harder for us to just navigate what we truly want to be in life and how we want to live it. But redefining success on our terms is vital for living a meaningful life. This is something really important. Meaning, our ambitions should inspire us to pursue our passions regardless of societal expectations, or else, what is the point of living a life you were given if you aren't living it yourself? Because eventually, our ambitions are not just goals to achieve, yeah? They are the threads that weave our societies and give our lives meaning. It's the pen to our story, the one that writes our beginning, our plot, and the end. Akin to that, desires should be embraced in accordance to our personal beliefs and act with moral integrity. Like Kant's universalism or Joe's encouragement to pursue self-expression, you can integrate these philosophical schools for thought. We also, in the midst of such interconnection with every single thing or people, whether it's social media or shared music or interglobal economies, we must find a middle ground, yeah, where we create a purpose that is on our terms and what satisfies societal customs, so as to fend off that pressure to remain monotonous and pursue what we want at the same time simultaneously. So let me end something that I really, really want to do in life. I want to help people. And no, I don't want to help people in the doctor, Grey's Anatomy, give me your adrenaline stat kind of way. I want to carry or coddle a child of refuge or talk with a woman of survival and tell her that it's okay. Men who are lost in despair of war and responsibility, families who have witnessed life in ways where their ambitions are in the sidewalks, with the desire to simply live be their highway. Well, guess what? This desire came from a little video I watched when I was a little child about a nice girl who was often neglected by her family or her peers, but had a heart good enough to help others. My inspiration and what she wanted for me fueled and shaped my goal to achieve my purpose in life, to be help, to help others. That is my life purpose, I think. She comes in two versions, this middle ground. My mom and Elle Woods. This is my middle ground. What's yours? Thank you.